Good afternoon. We're back with more live women's volleyball at Five Towns College. Nassau Community College took the first match against FTC 3-0.
For this second matchup today, it's Kings College versus Nassau. Five Towns will play Kings College for the third match of the day at 3 p.m. So we'll see if Nassau can keep up their momentum from the first set where they took all three sets, they hit on all cylinders.
They played a great game, I must say. Nassau saw all the openings. They played hard. They played hard defense, hard offense.
And they're announcing the teams now. Let's take a look.
And at libero, number 8, Juliet Bird. The head coach for Nassau is Christine Abrams. And now the starting lineup for Kings College. At outside hitter number 3, Bella Rush. At outside hitter number 4, Samantha Closen. At middle blocker number 7, Eliana Adler. At middle hitter number 8, Ruby Anastasio. At opposite hitter number 12, Rachel Guerra. At settler number 15, Abby Roth. And at libero number 17, Haley Page Gilroy. The head coach for Kings is Richard Christensen.
So we are about to just get ready for this game here, Sean. As before, Nassau Community College won all three sets last game against Sound. And they wish to do the same against Kings.
Well, the question is, can Nassau Community College keep up that momentum, winning all three games and having all these runs throughout the three games, putting those points up, hitting the ball, knowing where they had to hit it to where it was going to be very tricky for Five Towns to get the ball. And, it's going to be interesting to watch early on. The Kings College is well rested. Nassau just played a game, but who does that favor in what way? We'll have to find out. So, is being rested a factor? Is, being a little tired because you just played a factor? As we get underway.
Number 15, Abby Roth serving for Kings. And we are underway. 12. Ball is high in the air. Abby Roth to Bella. Abby. Abby Roth getting a bunch of touches here.
So to start this game off, it is a very, very long back and forth in terms of sequences. And, same script from the first set as, Nassau shows they can keep the ball alive in the air.
Here's Angelina Fernandez serving the ball. To Rachel. Up in the air to Abby, to Haley. Haley with the ball. Samantha.
Oh.
Bella Rush, number 3 for the Kings College, tried to get the ball over the net and just couldn't.
She got to the ball too late, couldn't spike the ball over the net. So, good job again by Nassau knowing where to put the ball.
Here's Haley. To Rachel. Madison hitting the ball over, getting the point for the Lions.
We're getting a similar start here, where Nassau gets the lead early, right? They're up 3-0 here.
Absolutely.
The Nassau Community College coach.
Fernandez with the serve.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Got it.
Gilroy trying to get the ball hit.
Nassau's now up 4-0.
Klozik to Gilroy, to Adler. Cipriano attempted the spike, and Rachel Guerrera blocked it.
So King's College is finally on the board for this game. A Nassau lead is 4-1.
Bella Rush with the serve. Here we go. Cipriano to Marquette. Over the net.
You know, Mike, the Nassau community coach, Coach Abrams, Christine Abrams, she's from Long Island. She's from Ronkonkoma, New York. In fact, she was the coach for Suffolk Community College volleyball with a record of 50-16.
Bella Rush with the serve to Libera. That was Bella Beretta with the spike. Beretta with the spike for Nassau. And now here's Cipriano. Cipriano out of bounds.
We've talked about that a lot earlier, you know, when the serve goes wrong, you know, you cost your team a point. It's one of the trickier things about volleyball, Mike, you know?
Rush with the serve.
And we just saw it again there, you know, if you don't put the serve in the right spot, you know, the other team gains a point.
Here's Beretta with the serve. Open the net. To Gilroy. And
seemed to be some confusion with the King's College in terms of who was going to get the ball on that play, Mike.
Beretta again with the serve coming up. That was Klozik to Rush to Anastasio. And Marquette tried to get the spike, blocked by the Lions.
Yeah, Nassau could not get the ball over the net there. But Mike, I think the Lions will win. So, because they're both called the Lions. So.
Marquette with the spike. Couldn't get it over the net.
Yeah, very similar sequence there. King's College puts it over the net. Nassau couldn't get it over the net. but yes, the Lions will win today.
That was Gilroy trying to recover the ball, hit by number 4 Castillo for the Lions, the Nassau Lions.
Good job by Nassau there, placing the ball, knowing where the King's College players were not going to be able to get to it.
Here's Castillo with the serve to Gilroy.
And a serve that goes out of bounds. Not a serve, excuse me, a hit that goes out of bounds. Another point for Nassau. Nassau leads 9-5.
Gilroy with the hit, out of bounds.
So Nassau now leads 10-5.
Here's Castillo with the serve to Gilroy. To Klozik. Rush tried to keep it up, but couldn't.
You know, Mike, like we saw earlier, Nassau Community College gaining momentum, putting all these points together in a row.
Early in the game.
Early in the game, yes.
There's Castillo again to Klozik, to Abby Roth. Klozik to Gilroy. Back to Klozik.
Good job by King's College player number 4, Klozik, scoring the point for her team, and the King's College deficit is cut to 5.
Good effort by Rush there, keeping the ball in play.
A lot going on right at the net there, Mike. Right close to the net. Yeah.
Klozik with the serve. And that was number 15 for the Lions, Marquette, the outside hitter, getting the point for Nassau Lions.
So very quickly, Nassau gets another point, and they bring their lead back to 5.
Here's Keener for the serve. To Klozik, to Roth. Rush with the spike, didn't get it in. Blocked by the Lions.
Good job by Nassau, Mike, right at the net to make sure the ball does not get to their side and to block it. Great job by Nassau.
Keener with the serve. Roth couldn't keep it up.
Yeah, it seemed like the Kings College on that play, there was some miscommunication, and Roth, it just seemed like she didn't get a good angle on that.
So timeout is called. We got a score here now, 14-7.
And Mike, you know, as we said, it is a brand new gym floor here at Five Towns College, and I have to say the floor looks great.
Absolutely, looks pristine. I must say today is a beautiful day as well, outside of the court.
Outside, and it's great inside here as well, because we've got 3 volleyball matches today, so it's great inside as well.
So for this game, NCC, Nassau Community College, is considered the home team, and Kings is the visitor.
And you know, as we said, it's very similar to how the first 3 games unfolded. They have a pretty sizable lead. Now, do they continue to build on their lead, or does the Kings College find their way back? It's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds.
Absolutely. It all depends on how hard you work.
And Coach Christine Abrams from Nassau Community College. Her hometown is Ronkonkoma, New York.
Here's Keener with the serve for the NCC Lions here. Got 3 of the Lions in front of the net, ready to block. Roth to Rush with the spike. Keener trying to keep it in, couldn't.
You know, you just talked the strategy there of keeping the 3 players at the net. Clearly, it's to cut the ball off right at the net there. You know.
Absolutely. So here's number 8 for the Lions, Kings Lions, Anastasio. Here's the serve. To Fernandez. To Garea. The block by Garea.
Well, you just said it, Mike. Great job by Garea, number 12. She was right at the net, right time for the block. And that gives the Kings College deficit cut to 5.
Here's Anastasio again with the serve. Cipriano. To Keener. To Roth. To Rush. Beretta. Cipriano. Roth again. Garea again with the hard hit. Getting the point for Kings.
Great spike by Kings College. You know, where that ball was hit, it was going to be very tough for any Nassau play to get to where it was. As we are in another timeout. You know, we talked about, you know, Coach Abrams, you know, the head coach of Nassau Community College. You know, she also played volleyball for Sullivan County Community College from 1991 to 1993. And she also attended SUNY New Paltz and played volleyball there as well from 1994 to 1996. And basketball as well, 1993 to 1995. And Five Towns, we have men's basketball, Mike, and women's basketball. And their seasons start next month, so.
And cross country coming in the spring.
And we've added cross country recently at the school as well. And we hope in the future and in the years to come, there'll be more athletic programs added. We have esports as well. So.
Very exciting stuff.
Very exciting
future.
Indeed, no question.
So here we go. Timeout's over. Anastasio for King serving the ball. The serve. To Castillo. To Beretta. Blocked by Guerrero.
So I think what happened there, Mike, I think the Kings player was either, too close to the net
It's a violation.
when they touched the ball, a violation, so that gives another point to Nassau.
Here's Marquette with the serve. To Gilroy. To Roth. To Klozik. Beretta. Klozik trying to save it. Couldn't.
Good job by Nassau again, keeping that ball alive and putting it in a place where, a Kings College player, as you saw right there, was going to have to dive and get it.
Marquette again with the serve. To Rush. To Roth. Back to Rush.
Nassau's going on one of their runs, Mike. They are rolling here.
As they're up now 7.
What score? Liverpool.
Marquette again with the
Up by
serve.
17 to 10.
She kept it inbound.
That was a great. Oh, wait.
Excuse me, that was out of bounds.
Yeah, looks like they reversed the call, Mike. They called it out of bounds, and the point will be awarded to Kings College.
Here's Roth now with the serve.
2-2.
As there seems to be a little bit of
miscommunication, Mike, definitely, between number 4 and number 10.
That's Castillo and Cipriano.
Yeah, they weren't sure who was going to call for the ball and get that.
Roth with the serve. Cipriano with the dive. As that was Keener.
And one of the tricky things with volleyball, the ball was hit too hard and it went out of bounds.
Roth with the serve again. Castillo. Roth. Rush. Gilroy. Beretta with the Gilroy. Rush. Castillo.
Mike, that was quite the back and forth, Mike.
That was Cipriano touching it over the net.
Good effort by both teams. I think that's the longest set of sequences we've seen in this game so far.
Here we go. Now it's Fernandez serving. To Klozik. To Roth. To Rush. Back to Klozik. To Roth.
Mike, looks like a lot of confusion there for Kings College. They had it up in the air, but it just seemed like nobody called it, or nobody was sure who was going to go get it.
Here's Fernandez again with the serve. To Rush. Here's Roth. There was Guerrero.
And who gets the point? Oh, they gave Nassau the point. They're going to say it's out of bounds.
Timeout.
So those last couple of plays, Mike, very fast-paced, very back and forth.
Will, the score is 2-2.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Fast pace. Both teams here.
We were talking other sports before, and a couple of weeks back, the Five Towns College men's soccer team, they defeated SUNY Maritime, and that was the program's first win over an NCAA opponent.
They should be very great about that.
No question. Very proud. And
great accomplishment.
And the men's soccer team, having a great year, building momentum, and hopefully in the future, Five Towns programs, if they get a chance to play NCAA opponents, hopefully it's the very similar results.
Absolutely. If they keep doing that, they keep moving up. 20 seconds left here in this timeout. Nassau up 20-13.
They're 5 points away from winning a fourth game in a row overall.
The first set, yes.
Of this first game of this. Yep. Yeah.
All right. Both teams coming about.
They have momentum. Let's just say that.
Here we go. Fernandez with the serve again. As you can see, Kings talking some strategy.
Now, they're I think the ball was served before they were signaled, I believe.
Yes, that is what happened. The ball.
Right.
The referees were not good, but here it is again now. Gilroy to Roth. That was Adler that couldn't get it over the net.
So Nassau right away getting King's College off their game, getting them to hit the ball into the net.
Here's Fernandez again serving for Nassau. Gilroy to Roth to Klozik over the net. That was Marquette setting up Beretta for the hit.
And it looked like for a second, Mike, a similar thing was going to happen because King's College had it in the air, and it seemed like at first nobody went for it, but they did recover it, but Nassau gets the point.
That was Rush with the serve now for Kings. There's Marquette to Roth. Setting up Klozik. Cipriano with the hit.
Cipriano could not get the ball over the net. She just wasn't in the right spot. You know, when you're that close to the net and you hit it the way she hit it, it's very tough to get it over the net.
Here's Ross with the serve. Over the net. Found the opening.
And that point is gonna, it goes to King's College. So even though it hit the net because it got over, King's College,
yes.
King's College gets the point.
Here's Rush again with the serve. Again, finding the opening for Kings.
Great serve by King's College because number 9 for Nassau Community College. Emily Keener, she had to dive to go get it, and she did not get to it.
Rush again with the serve from the back corner. To Castillo. To Marquette. Roth. Guerrero. Violation. Nassau ball. Nassau point.
Now, I'm not so the violate, okay, so you catch the violation? What was that? Okay. But either way, Nassau 3 points away from winning the game.
Gilroy. Diving play by Klozik. Here's Klozik. Beretta. Gilroy again. Roth. Rush. Marquette.
Good. Yeah,
That was number 4 for Nassau. Castillo with the spike.
Great job by Nassau, being in the right place at the right time and, hitting the ball where they hit it. And, we've seen this a lot with Nassau here, when they build momentum and they build these sequences. And
Cipriano with the serve.
2 points away now.
Klozik. Roth. That was Guerrero. Gilroy. Roth. Klozik. Couldn't get over the net.
Mike, Nassau is 1 point away from taking it. And Mike, you can feel the momentum. You got the Nassau players diving, hitting the ground, flying around. They know victory is near and victory is close, and now they're 1 point away.
Game point now. Cipriano with the serve for the Lions. Nassau Lions. Over. Couldn't get it over the net. Kings is still in it, Sean.
Well, we've talked about that throughout the day here so far, Mike. The serve, one of the trickier things of volleyball.
Here's Gilroy with the serve. Over. Keener. Kings again with the point.
So the Kings, who know that there's very little room for error here.
Gilroy. Marquette. And Nassau got the point.
And not only the point, the win for this game.
Sean, we saw some great effort that set.
We did. Great effort all around, and you notice the players from Nassau as well, diving, hitting the ground. But like you said, great effort from both teams, a lot of sequences at play, players moving back and forth, and big time effort from both teams. And, Nassau is just on a roll. That's the 4th game overall they've won in a row. And when they go on their runs and they score all these points in a row, it's almost like they can feel that momentum building, and then they capitalize on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. They just keep finding those openings. They keep setting each other up for good hits that the opposing team just can't handle.
And, let's see if the King's College can adjust. It just seemed like on a couple of plays, it just seemed like there was some confusion where, certain times where one King's player would hit it in the air, and the players, for whatever reason, either seemed a little hesitant, or from a strategy standpoint, somebody was supposed to be there. I'm interested to see if the King's College, if they clean that up in this next coming game.
There's only one way to find out, right, Sean?
Well, the only way to find out is to watch and broadcast, as they say. And as we said, we're broadcasting from Five Towns College, Dix Hills, New York. And we have a brand new gym floor. And I have to say, the gym floor, Mike, looks absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. And on that gym floor, you can see the head coach at King's College, Richard Christensen, lecturing his team, trying to turn it around for Kings. And on the other side of the court, you can see the coach of Nassau Community College, Christine Abrams, telling her team to keep it up.
Coach Christine Abrams, who's from the hometown, as myself, Ronkonkoma, New York. And Coach Abrams, who also attended at Delphi University with a Master's of Science 2003 in Physical Education. But, as we said, with the sport of volleyball, it's just, it unfolds so quickly. The ball up in the air, the ball going back and forth, and Mike, the fast-pacedness of the game, where you really have to not only just react but kind of strategize to where am I going to be there to get the ball, or are you going to be there to get the ball? Not
only that, you got to be speedy, got to be fast.
And we are almost done with the timeout. Oh, not a timeout. The next game, is almost underway. We were technically in a timeout because there was no game, but the next game is underway. It's going to be underway very soon.
So let's see how Kings will turn it around, Sean.
Well, as I said, I'm interested to see, how they adjust to, to certain times where the ball is hit in certain areas, and to see if they could strategize and communicate a way to keep the ball in the air.
Absolutely.
And it looks like Nassau will start to serve.
Okay, here's Marquette with the serve. We're just about underway for the second set of this game. Here we go. That's Klozik to Roth, to Rush, to Marquette. Little bit of collision there between Garea and Gilroy.
Well, Mike, we've been on that theme for a few minutes. It seemed like the King's College player, wasn't really sure, seemed like a miscommunication,
Serve, Gilroy to Roth. There's Rush. That was tipped by Beretta for Nassau, but that tipped her the wrong way and found an opening.
Yeah, great job by King's College there to get on the board.
Here's Roth now with the serve. To Keener. A little bit of confusion there for NCC.
Yeah, two Nassau community players almost collided on that situation.
Here's the serve. Out of bounds. Couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, no, we've been on that theme throughout the day. When you serve, you do the best you can to keep it in bounds, but it's very, very tricky.
Fernandez now for NCC with the serve. Gilroy. Kings couldn't reach it.
I don't know if, I think she was trying to set somebody up, Mike, because, Mike, what do you think? The way it looked, it seemed like she was trying to set somebody up for a spike.
Yeah, but everyone just couldn't read it. As that was out of bounds, and now Kings back with the ball. We're tied at 3 apiece here.
Yeah, interesting call. That looked pretty close to me, but the point goes to the King's College.
That was Rush with the serve. Keener tried to hit it, tipped it. King's ball. And if she didn't touch that, Sean, could have quite possibly been NCC's ball.
Yeah, it very well could have been, no question. You know, it was that close.
Here's Rush again. That's Beretta. Gilroy with the diving.
Now,
And Adler couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, 17 for King's College, did a great job trying to keep it alive, but it wasn't quite enough on that play.
As another timeout is called.
And that was Gilroy, number 17, excuse me. Well, Mike, we just saw on that play, as I was mentioning, Gilroy did everything she could to keep that ball alive, but, where it was hit on the net, it just, the King's College player wasn't going to be able to get it over the net. But so a close game so far. So it's 4-4. Now, it's going to be interesting to see can one team take momentum from here.
Absolutely.
And it
as
looked
it
like
seems that there's a little bit of an injury here for King's College here.
It's number 15.
That's Roth.
Number 15, Roth, and she's being checked out by the trainer. So we hope that Roth is okay, and we hope she's able to come back in the game.
Absolutely.
But as I was saying, I'm curious to see if any team goes on a little bit of a run here, gains a little momentum. If I had to guess, it would be Nassau, because we've seen that all day, Mike.
Absolutely. Here's Cipriano now, a part of Nassau, getting ready for the serve. King's now adjusting with Roth's absence.
Well, we have a little bit of a
Lineup change.
a lineup change coming in. Okay.
Huh?
Looks like they're adjusting the rotation.
Cipriano's getting ready to serve here.
We know the rules of volleyball, Mike. Every time a team scores, that the team moves clockwise.
Here's the serve. Gilroy. And that was Garea.
Yeah, a great job by Garea staying by the net and making sure that Nassau Community cannot get the point on that play. Great job by her. Right place, right time. Oh, and
Point Kings. I was going to say Lions, Sean, but both teams are Lions here.
both are Lions.
Point Kings out of bounds.
I like the Lions today to win, Mike.
Here's Gilroy with the serve. Out of bounds. And again, Sean.
It's very tricky about volleyball, keeping that serve in bounds, it's a matter, like a lot of sports in a lot of different scenarios, it really is a matter of inches,
I completely agree. Here's number 7, Barrietta with the serve. That was Rush and Klozik having a little bit of confusion there.
Yeah, Mike, we've been on that theme today where it seemed like there were two players. But Mike, as you were saying, confusion once again with the King's College players.
There's 14. Klozik. Barrietta.
And Mike, I think it happened again. Number 3 for King's College. Had it in the air.
Castillo with the hit.
The players they weren't sure.
Here's number 7 again. Barrietta with the serve. Klozik. That was Adler. Back to Klozik. Bums. Klozik with the block. Klozik again. That was Marquette to Gilroy. Klozik. Keener. Bums. And there was a collision between number 14
and number 7.
That was Adler.
So now an interesting battle that took place right up by the net there. You know, in volleyball, those are the very, very tricky battles there when you're close to the net because there's very little room for error.
Gilroy, 14. That was a hit by Adler, but a great block by Keener.
Right, yeah, right place, right time for Keener. She was right at the net, so she was the player there to block the ball.
Barrietta with a serve once again. Klozik. Klozik again.
Now, what Nassau just tried there, Mike, they had 3 players at the net to try and protect the net, but great job by King's College. They were able to hit the ball in the middle where a lot of players weren't there.
Once again, finding the opening, Sean.
No question.
There's Adler with the serve. To Barrietta. And that is Chloe Marquette about NCC with the spike, finding the opening against Kings.
I wonder if they like measure velocity with spikes like they do with other sports, because you know I'm wondering how fast these spikes are, because the way the spikes are placed in the right time. Oh,
Gilroy to Garea. Keener.
Who gets the point?
Nassau.
I'm wondering because did she maybe use her hands to grab the ball maybe? Briefly, I couldn't get a good angle. Did you see anything?
Carrying.
Okay, carrying.
Point Kings.
Ball hit out of bounds.
That's Klozik with the serve. To Keener. To Marquette. King's ball.
Yeah, ball hit a little too hard there. Ball hit out of bounds.
Klozik again with the serve. That was Cipriano.
Good effort by Nassau, though, and good effort by number 7 Beretta, excuse me, to try to keep the ball in play there. So Nassau, Mike, they had momentum, but the Kings are staying right there with them, and we're still in a 1-point game.
Absolutely, and quite honestly, Sean, this is a little bit unusual for the past games that have happened today. This usually at the beginning of the games, of the past games, it's been a little bit of a lead.
Sure, you're anticipating, the run that Nassau is going to go on, and then they go on a run, then maybe the other team comes back a little bit, but so with the way the day's gone so far, we'll see if Nassau goes on that run or if the Kings can get some momentum and get a run of their own. And Mike, when I did sideline reporting, I used to hear from other coaches and other players and how they really love the setup here at Five Towns, because they're here, they see announcers, they see a crew, they see a nice setup for the game, and they don't always get that to other colleges they go to. But Five Towns can give them that that game type setup.
I completely agree, and in my opinion, that's what makes this place a little bit more special than others.
No question.
Distinguishes itself.
Totally agree. As we are now ready to get back to it.
Here's Klozik. Point Nassau out of bounds.
As you said, point to Nassau ruled out of bounds, and like I said, that close to. I think that close to the net, it's very tricky to keep the ball in bounds because your room is very limited with the net right there.
.14. Rush. Beretta. To Cipriano. To 14 again. To Rush. Great effort by the Kings there.
Great sequence by the Kings. Perfect setup, and the perfect setup for the spike there to place the ball where the Nassau players weren't.
And Sean, there ain't no luck here today.
No, No question. It's a lot of skill, a lot of execution.
Here's Anastasio with the serve. Cipriano receives it to Burrietta. Blocked. That was Adler to 14 again. Burrietta to Rush. To Klozik. Back to Rush. To Castillo.
So that was very similar to what we just saw. You know, King's College, you know, setting up the spiker right over here and angling the ball. Only difference is the Nassau player had it, they just couldn't keep the momentum with it. And we're tied again.
There's Anastasio. Rush. Fernandez. Klozik again. Keener tried to reach in for it off of Klozik's hit. Couldn't quite get it.
King's College was able to place the ball in the perfect spot, a place where, you know, 9-4, you know, right near each other, but they couldn't quite set up to keep it in play.
Anastasio again with the serve. That's Keener. Anastasio again to Adler. Anastasio. And you can see that Cipriano went for that ball, but she seems that she tripped.
And Mike, I think that ball hit the ceiling a little bit ago from what I saw. So
You are not wrong, Sean.
Oh, so it did. Okay, I wasn't wrong. There you go.
As now Kings now reversed the lead and took their own lead.
They did, you know, and now they have to establish some momentum of their own and try to keep this momentum going because, you know, obviously, you know, in most sports, volleyball no different. It, you know, tie it up at 1 instead of being down 2-0 instead of putting more pressure on yourself.
Yeah. That was Marquette with a service error from Pryor.
So we're almost coming out of this timeout, and you know it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this game unfolds because, you know, the last couple of points we've seen, it's been a couple of hits followed by, usually last couple of points, a spiker set up really where we're sitting, right over here in this left area here. So be interesting to see if they keep that going.
As we're getting out of the timeout again. Here's Anastasio once again with the serve. Castillo. 14 to Cipriano.
Now, I don't know if they ruled that 14,
was an error.
What, with the hands, maybe a grab or a carry. So Nassau, they got 3 players at the net here, Mike.
Marquette with the serve. To Castillo.
So King's College, Mike, couldn't quite get the spike set up right there, and because of that, Nassau gets a point. You know, if they had gotten the spike set up, they probably could have gotten the point there.
Yep. And that was Chloe Marquette with the beautiful serve for NCC, getting the point, bringing it back within 1. Marquette again with the serve. Here we go. To Rush. Back to Rush. Keener couldn't get it.
Yeah, Nassau could not keep that ball in play there. You know, if they had kept the ball in play, you know, who knows, they could have set something up, but, you know, the ball was probably just hit too fast. They probably couldn't take the proper angle to it at the time.
Here's the serve. The hit. Ball still going up in the air. Adler. Here's Rush. To Marquette on the other side. No, Cipriano hitting it over. Now Gilroy.
Oh. That hit the
Rush.
ceiling.
Again. That was Adler. That was an error there.
Well, Mike,
NCC.
Mike, I don't know if you caught that. The ball hit this, not the ceiling, but the wood up here. So,
It absolutely did.
King's College during that last sequence, the ball bounced off the wood up here, and I don't know if that's a point goes the other way if that happens, but that ball definitely hit the top there and kept it in play.
Here's Fernandez with the serve. Gilroy. There's Adler. Point NCC.
Just seems like King's College at that time, Mike, just couldn't get it set up properly there. Oh, we got 3 players up front here again.
Point NCC again, excuse me. That was Fernandez with the serve. She's getting ready to do it again.
Well, talk about a great serve, not just the distance, but a matter of inches, keeping it in bounds, getting your team a point,
Fernandez, here we go. To Adler. That was Garea. Marquette to Keener. There's Rush.
Mike, great job by Nassau keeping that ball in play, because we saw a little bit ago when they were right over here, looked like the ball was going to go out of bounds, but they kept it in play. Great job.
Here's Fernandez again. Out of bounds, King's ball.
Well, we talked about a matter of inches. That was a matter of inches of that ball being in bounds, but because it was out of bounds, the point will go to the King's College.
Here's Rush with the serve. Marquette. Oh.
Great job. Great job by Nassau, Mike, keeping the ball in play and being able to hit it at the right speed to get another point.
That was Cipriano with the serve. There's Guerrero. Beretta. Point Kings.
And it is now a 3-point game. Nassau Community 20, King's College 17. We're getting down to the we're getting down to the close game here. Nassau, oh, great job by King's College there. Nassau was up in near the net. They couldn't quite gain momentum, and it is another point for King's College. 20-18. Mike, it is now a 2-point game.
Gilroy. There's Klozik, making it tough for NCC. Gilroy, Klozik again. That was Bums. Keener.
Boy, big time effort there by both teams, but the point's going to go to Nassau. King's College almost had it. Number 3 for King's College, almost there, but could not quite get to it. Rush couldn't quite get to it. It is a 3-point game.
Here's Barrietta now for NCC serving. That's Klozik. Klozik again. Tipped by Keener. Point Kings again.
So we see it again, Mike. Very tough to maintain momentum with the ball and to be in the right spot.
Here's Adler now with the serve for King's College. Adler out of Pensacola, Florida. Klozik. Rush couldn't keep it in.
Nassau is now 3 points away, and they're up by 3.
Timeout called. The last play, Bella Rush couldn't keep it in for King's College. She's from Elk Grove, California.
Yeah, very common theme with this game in terms of, they do keep the momentum going, but, there's gonna come a time where it's gonna be, very tricky because, remember the rules of volleyball, you're allowed 3 touches before it has to go to the other side. So you only have 3 touches, Mike, to kind of just regroup and hit the ball where you want it to go, So that is one of the more interesting strategies in the terms of volleyball. Only 3 touches gives you that sense of urgency where, because you hit it the first 2 times and you know the 3rd time has to go over the net,
Absolutely. Let's go with some more team game plan strategies being formalized right here.
Strategy becomes very, very crucial here as we get near the end of this game in terms of points.
Well, for Kings College, Abby Roth, number 15, still is not in the game, still has not made an appearance.
Well, as we said earlier, we hope she's okay, and we hope she can come back in the game. And we hope we see her in the 3rd game.
Here's Castillo with the serve for NCC. And we're off. Gilroy. There's Klozik. That was Cipriano trying to keep it in.
Good job by Kings College there. They saw Cipriano was the only player in that area, and they knew where to hit it, and they knew where to go with it.
Klozik. Cipriano. Fernandez.
Oh, Mike, that look. Wait a minute. Who's going to get the point? Oh.
The ref called that inbounds. Gave the ball to
No,
NCC.
I think, yes, they called it inbounds. It didn't look inbounds to me, Mike, where I was sitting and looked out of bounds, but ref awards the point to Nassau.
Here's Keener.
Looked out of bounds to me, though.
Anastasia blocking the spike set by Marquette, but just couldn't get there.
Good job by Nassau with the block there. So, Mike, don't look now, but Nassau is 1 point away from taking the 5th game in a row overall today.
Here's Keener with the serve, trying to end it. As the ref called that one inbounds again.
And that means Nassau takes the 2nd game of this set. So, the way Nassau is playing, and again, that looked like a tricky call with the inbounds, out of bounds earlier. But with that being said, I mean, for Nassau to come in and, they played 5 towns earlier today, took all 3 games, and they took the first 2 games against Kings College. I mean, if you're the 5 towns coach, if you're the Nassau Community College coach, you're Coach Abrams, if you're the Nassau Community players, you have to feel great about everything going on right now.
Absolutely, and not only that, about you feeling great, you have to be feeling great about what's going to happen next. You have to be feeling on fire, you have to be feeling good.
Sure, your confidence is building, because not only your confidence building when you go on these runs, your confidence is building when you play these type of close games, and this was a little bit of a close game near the end. You're now confident that you can come through in those close game, tough situations, those tough pressure situations,
Absolutely.
So we've talked about 5 towns college before, and all the majors that the schools have here, mass comm, film, video, and how some of those majors, collaborate on events like this. People working events like this from mass comm, from film. I'm a mass communications major. You're a film major, so that, we have some collaboration in the broadcasting going on right now. So collaboration, is a good thing to see with these kinds of setups here.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, the timeout is almost over, but not the. Oh, Mike, I did it again. It's not a timeout. We're waiting for the next game. We're waiting for the next game to go underway, and the next game is going to be interesting here. Can Nassau, take this set? Can they take their 6th game in a row? Or can the Kings College try to stop all this momentum that Nassau has going on right now? So, with waiting for the next game, I'll tell you, Mike, here's what they did. Here's what I like what Kings College did. It seemed like for the 2nd game, they did cut down on some of the confusion. You know, King's College. Remember King's College, the first game? There seemed to be a lot of confusion. Yes. Well, you know, Mike, my prediction is, you know, how do you not like Nassau to take this next game? They've taken the first 5 games overall here. The first 2 of this set, they've gone on runs. They've played close. You know, this next coming game, I like Nassau to take their 6th game in a row. But, you know, if King's College can continue to kind of cut down on those scenarios where they have the ball in the air and, you know, they can't really get to it, they can take the next game. But, I mean, I think Nassau's rolling right now.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And if King's College doesn't keep putting in the work, Nassau might go undefeated today.
It is very possible, and it would be, you know, it'd be great. It'd be great for the, you know, for the program in Nassau to be able to have a, you know, a 6-0 type of run today. And we're underway.
There's Keener to Barrietta. Gilroy, rush. Couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, King's College couldn't get the right angle there to put the ball over the net, and Nassau is up 1-0. You know, we talked about the fast pace of volleyball, you know, and Nassau's got 3 players at the net.
And that was number 16, Angelina Fernandez, serving it. Couldn't keep it in bounds. Excuse me.
And we've seen that strategy a couple of times today. And, you know, looks like both teams have it quick, Mike. 3 players right up at the net here to start.
Here's Rush now serving due to the previous server hitting the net. That's Cipriano. To Kolazic. Browns. Castillo. Diving effort by Adler of Kings, but just couldn't get there in the nick of time.
Yeah, like you said, great effort by King's College for the dive there, but Nassau able to get the point, and Nassau is up 2-1.
Here's Cipriano with the serve. That's Rush. Gilroy to Garea. Barnes. Adler. Kolazic. Marquette.
Oh, wait a minute. That was...
Excellent effort by King's College.
I did not mean to interrupt you there, Mike. I was just surprised. I thought the ball hit the ground. Apparently the ball was kept alive there.
Hey, I'm right with you, man. So did I.
But
Great effort.
Big time effort by King's College, because I thought the ball hit the ground and the point was going to be rewarded. But great job keeping the ball in play.
Here's Gilroy now with the serve for the Kings. That's Burns receiving it. An excellent set by Marquette, trying to get Keener to spike it.
I mean, it seems like one of the tricky things of being really close to the net is when you try to spike, it is just very little room to work with, you know?
Absolutely. Here's Gilroy again with the serve. Burns. Barrietta. Gilroy. Kolazic. Cipriano. Marquette. Excellent hit by Keener, finding the opening.
Well, you know, Nassau's done that all day. You know, they found the openings, and they seem to know, like, whether they hit it, like, you know, soft enough or, you know, they hit it hard enough to be able to put it in the right spot.
Here's Barrietta.
And well, Mike, once again, we almost played on that play. But believe me, I am not as good as a volleyball player as the players we are seeing on the court. So that I can promise you.
I'm right there with you, bud. That was Adler. Barrietta. Marquette. Finding the opening for NCC.
Perfect spike setup for Nassau. Right place, right time, right velocity. And, you know, it seems like, you know, in volleyball, you hit the ball so fast, you want to react, but before you know it, it's already on the ground and already a point is rewarded.
Barrietta with the serve. Kolazic shooting it over. Rush diving. Couldn't get there in time.
a great job by Nassau. Great job by Nassau, Mike, excuse me, because they were right near the net, but despite being right near the net, they were able to hit it over hard enough to get to an empty opening and get another point. And Mike, are we seeing another Nassau run unfolding here?
Possibly. Here's Barrietta with the serve. Rush. There's Klozik. Ref called that inbounds. Another point.
It definitely looked inbounds to me. I thought the Nassau players were going to go get it, but I think it's possible that they thought it was going to go out of bounds, so they didn't go after it.
Here's Barrietta. Excuse me, Adler. Klozik. Burns diving. Couldn't get it to a teammate. Adler. Cipriano.
Oh, almost colliding. Oh, sorry.
Keener. Anastasio. Burns. Barrietta. Anastasio tried to keep that in for Kings. Got tipped off. Klozik tried to dive for it. Couldn't get it.
Did not mean to interrupt you, Mike, a little bit ago, but Nassau once again keeping it alive with a sequence, gaining momentum, and they're up by 2.
Gilroy diving. Adler trying to save it. Couldn't. That was Olivia Castillo, the defensive specialist, serving.
It seems like for Kings College, that play unfolded a lot quicker than they thought it would. We have a delay where the officials seem to be discussing something. And we are back on.
Here's Castillo. The serve. Adler. Klozik. Castillo. Barrietta. Klozik. Finding the opening, making Barrietta dive for the ball. She still couldn't get it.
And we talked about those close plays at the net where there's very little room for error, especially when both teams are that close to the net.
Here's Klozik. Barrietta. Out of bounds. Nassau.
And it looks like some people at the red table, Mike, got involved in the game as well there.
Yeah.
As we see some people at the red table, so.
Nassau's ball again here.
They got into the action as well.
Emily Keener, the middle hitter for NCC, serving. Anastasio. Keener. Barrietta. Marquette. Rush with the spike. Oh. Keener couldn't get it over the net.
Yeah, great effort by both teams, Mike, keeping the ball in play, but we talk about that volleyball rule. Only get 3 touches to send it to the other side.
Must say, great defensive spike by NCC against Rush's spike there. Still is King's ball. There's Anastasio with the serve. Cipriano to Marquette. Out of bounds, NCC ball. NCC up now 10-7.
See, Mike, I think if you gave us unlimited touches, we could play. But if you gave people like us three touches, we would have no chance. which makes these teams great. So.
Correa denied. Correa tries again. She got it. Barrietta tried to hit it over. And Correa denied it herself this time and got the ball for Kings.
Great job by Correa right at the net. Great defensive play.
Here's Kings now serving. Out of bounds. Serve hit too far. NCC ball.
Good eye by Nassau Community College there, Mike, to be able to see and to be able to know that the ball was going to go out of bounds and not risk going after it.
Absolutely. Here's Fernandez with the serve now. There's Gilroy diving, getting it over.
Great job. Great job.
Marquette Cipriano hitting it over. There's Rush. Klozik. Marquette again, setting the spike up for Barrietta. It's kept alive. There's Adler. Marquette. Keener. Gilroy. Rush. Marquette again. There's Cipriano. Gilroy. Adler. NCC ball.
Now, I'm wondering what was the call there? Was that more than 3 touches for Kings, or it must have been?
I believe so. That was a violation on Kings, thus leading to Angelina Fernandez serving. And the referee calling that inbounds for NCC. Timeout called.
All right, well, going into this timeout, Mike, you could tell, Kings College thought it was going to be ruled out of bounds. You could tell because they didn't go after the ball. So not going after the ball, they thought it was going to be ruled out of bounds, but ruled inbounds, and it gives Nassau the point, not Kings College. But that has to be one of the trickier things with volleyball. You take the chance. You think it's going to be ruled out of bounds. You don't go after it, and then it's ruled inbounds. Mm-hmm. And with other sports, sometimes mistakes are made, in, out. It's just another thing where I guess you trust your eyes and you trust your instinct, and you make the best decision there.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Sometimes the placement of the ball is just mistaken.
Yeah, because you can tell with Kings because the Kings College player did not go out. She thought it was going to be out of bounds, and the way she reacted, she thought it should have been called out of bounds.
That was Gilroy.
And as Nassau, it is a 5-point lead. 13-8, Nassau. The Nassau Community College Lions and the Kings College Lions.
Timeout's over now. Here comes Kings and NCC. Fernandez serving once again. There's Klozik. Adler. Keener. Adler keeping it in. There's Marquette. The spike by 10. Cipriano on NCC.
Great job by Nassau Community College there, up against the net, able to get the ball over the net.
Angelina Fernandez again serving. Gilroy. Marquette. Cipriano. Adler. Saved by Garea. There's Cipriano. Gilroy. Klozik. There's Keener keeping it in. Klozik. Barrietta bringing it back to Kings. Garea. Barrietta again. Good serve we got going here.
Well, Mike, for this game, that's definitely the longest back and forth so far, and that goes to Kings College.
Completely. Number 14 finding the opening for Kings against NCC, achieving the point.
Sport of volleyball, very unique combination, a combination of speed and instinct, excuse me.
Now they're able to serve again. Here's a Rush in the back corner.
Just wasn't able to get a good serve going there.
Yeah, not enough power given there. NCC got the ball right back. Here's Cipriano now, serving. Out of bounds. Kings ball once again.
So that time, Kings College gets the call. They get the out of bounds call that they probably felt they should have gotten a little bit ago. They don't go after it that time. They get the call and they get the point.
Here's Gilroy now. Burns. Keener. Set up perfectly.
Great spike by Nassau Community College there.
Barrietta, the serve. That's Klozik. Gilroy. Cipriano. Marquette now. Saved by Rush. Barrietta. Serving up Castillo. Finding the opening against Kings.
Great job by Nassau Community College there, staying with it and getting the point, and they're now up by 7.
They're up by 7, and now number 7 serving it.
Well, there you go.
Barrietta with the serve. Gilroy. Plazic.
Oh,
Marquette tried to keep it over the net, just couldn't. She had very little room there.
yeah, not a lot of room at all, very close to the net.
Deficit now within 6. Here's Adler with the serve for Kings. Barrietta. Plazic keeping it up. Couldn't. Too many touches for Kings.
Too many touches, 4 yeah.
That's going to cause another timeout that is called.
So, going into this timeout, I predicted it before this game started. I mean, you have to like Nassau to take their 6th game in a row, and Nassau up by 7. They only need 7 points. They have to be feeling great, and Kings College has to figure out a strategy here because there's very little room for error for them right now.
Absolutely, very, very little room for error. Nassau is about to take the 3rd set of this game, and
yeah, I mean,
it's obvious that Kings don't want that, Sean.
No, look, it's not like they're 2 points away from doing it. They're 7 points away, so there's still plenty of time for Kings College to develop some momentum and get back into it. But like we said, from a confidence standpoint, from a momentum standpoint, the way Nassau is playing, what Kings College has to figure out is, or what they should keep going is, when they get the ball in the air, obviously you hit the ball where the Nassau player isn't, and strategize when they're closer to the net, when they're not near the net, getting, more of those consistent setups and spikes with the volleyball.
Here's Castillo serving it for Nassau. Gilroy receiving it again. Rush tried to get it, just couldn't. Another point for NCC.
And Nassau is now at the 20-point mark. 5 points away.
There's Castillo again. Rush. Anastasio. Cipriano. Keener. Sean, I must say, Keener is one of the big reasons that Kings College is having a tough time here.
Yeah, but, I mean, look, she's given a great effort. The ball just hasn't, bounced the Kings College way.
The serve. Gilroy again receiving the serve. There's Klozik with the hard hit, finding the opening, getting the ball back for Kings. There's Klozik with the serve. That's Keener. Barrietta. Marquette finding the opening, getting the ball right back for NCC.
And don't look now, Mike. They are 3 points away from winning here and going 6-0 on the day.
Keener serving it. Gilroy. Tough angle she had there, Sean.
Yeah, a very tough angle indeed. And if you're Kings College, very little room for error. So you have to find a way to slow it down and set up your spike and get the points.
Here's Keener again. 2 points away from the win. Gilroy. There's Rush. Found it inbounds right in the back corner.
And you could tell the Nassau player number 4, Castillo, you can tell that, she kind of knew it was inbounds, and she kind of felt like she should have gone after it. You saw the look of frustration on her face. Yeah.
Here's Anastasio. Cipriano to Barrietta. Smacked by Marquette. Kings kept it alive. Barrietta. Rush. There's Cipriano. Guerrea. Rush again. Attempted to defend the spike. Just hit too hard. Great effort by NCC.
Great job by Nassau. They're staying with it, and they're now 1 point away, going 6-0 on the day.
Here's game point. Chloe Marquette now
Game point
serving
indeed.
it. There's Klozik. And that's it.
And that's it, Mike. That is it.
Great effort by Nassau.
No question. No question.
They kept their head in the game the whole time.
And look, what more? Look, great effort by Kings College. They stayed it in the entire way. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, but it just seemed to be like the day for Nassau Community College. And in sports, when you go undefeated throughout the entire day, you win 6 games in one day. It's a great day. It's a perfect day. Literally, it's 6-0. So. In sports, all you can do is win all your games, and that's what Nassau Community College did today.
Absolutely, completely agree. And they came here to play, Sean.
No question they came to play. When you talk about all the runs they went on, when you talk about the sequences they set up, they did very little wrong today, and this has to make the team and their program feel great. Hopefully for them, they can build on this 6-0 day they had today.
Nassau found the openings. They set each other up perfectly for the spikes.
And they did a great job. And their record coming in today was 1-5. So in volleyball, no different from other sports. When you're 1-5 and you're really down, and it's hard to get that momentum. And for them to come in and to go 6-0, talk about a program booster. That's incredible.
Especially in every team, every set gave them a fight, but they still came out on top. Nassau.
Yeah, no question. Most of these games were close, although they had their runs. But as we said, a perfect 6-0 day for Nassau Community College.
Great coaching performance by Nassau coach.
Absolutely.
Just keeping it real, keeping it good
Nassau
for the team.
Coach from the same hometown where I'm from, Ronkonkoma, New York.
Ronkonkoma. I'm from Massapequa myself. No one who played here today is from my hometown, but maybe in the future. Huh, Sean?
We'll see.
Kings College did give a good fight, but
they did.
They couldn't.
It's just there were times. Okay. In just a couple of moments for a special interview, we have the senior defensive libero for Five Towns College, Emily Angelastro, who will be stopping by for a quick interview before the third game today and before the second game today for Five Towns College. Five Towns College Sound Women's Volleyball will be playing Kings College in the third game today.
Very exciting. Let's see if both teams lost today. Let's see who can come up on top.
Yeah, very important, and we do look forward to speaking to Emily Angelastro in a couple of moments.
Very sadly, there will be a team that will not win today, but
yeah, volleyball, like a lot of other sports, sometimes it doesn't go your way, and we know what the sayings are, win some, lose some. You got it. Oh, there's Emily's there.